German workers are paid €32 an hour. French workers get 35. The retirement age in Germany is gradually being increased to 67. People in France can retire at 62. The unemployment rate in Germany is just half what it is in France.
We're living beyond our means. We've got to tighten our belts like the Spanish are doing. We have to get back into positive growth. But France has never wanted to make the effort. We're like a school child who gets bad grades and blames the good pupil for it. In Europe, the good pupil is Germany. But we shouldn't blame those who do well. We should model ourselves on them.
France's weakness is evident in its foreign trade balance. Aircraft and aerospace technology are among its most important exports, followed by medical products and food. But the country imports more than it exports. Its trade deficit in 2013 was €76 billion. It's different in Germany. Its biggest exports are cars and replacement parts. Machinery takes second place and chemical products third. Germany exports more than it imports. Last year, it took in a record surplus of €198 billion. Germany's biggest surplus with a trading partner was, ironically, with France, to the tune of €40 billion.
Where exports are concerned, German goods have become more competitive in recent years. Quality has risen. The German automotive industry is incredibly well respected worldwide, even more than 10 years ago. Germany has made significant progress in cutting-edge technology, but that success is not rooted in the past 2 or 3 years. It comes from a whole decade of restructuring.
French President François Hollande avoids restructuring because it will cost him votes, and he's already unpopular. Critics say that so far he's risked only minor reforms.
Reducing the number of civil servants, especially regional ones, which is much too high in France. Our public expenditures are 11% higher than Germany's. 30 years ago, it was the reverse. Things can be done differently. The second important measure is the cost of labor. We have to cut costs, but we have to go further and think about having differing minimum wages in different regions.
French workers are proud of what they've achieved and refuse to accept any cuts. Unions say large pay hikes in Germany would help France out of a crisis.
Germany cannot become a growth engine for France now, because you cannot dictate to German consumers or companies what goods they're supposed to demand. That's primarily a French problem. France has to reform its own structures, open its labor market, and cut costs, so that those structures finally converge again between Germany and France.
Flourishing French businesses and strong growth in France are essential to Germany's prosperity in the long term.
The German and French economies are very closely interlinked. 40% of the parts in a German luxury car, like the BMW 5 Series, are made in France. You could paint half the car in the colors of the German flag and half in the French, and call it a half-French car. If France bottoms out economically, it will impact directly on the German economy. We'll suffer as well. So it really is in Germany's interest to lead France back into growth.
Resistance to reform is massive. Time and again there are demonstrations like this one by public sector employees in Paris.